Greetings. Black light one more time. Trying to build a black state of mind, a united black state of mind. But first I want to clear up. Some things. The main reason why I'm doing this is because there are brothers on YouTube that's misleading the people, got us still constantly bickering and beefing with one another instead of banging on the beast. And the majority of the now generation uh, don't know the urgency of the condition that they're in. I mean, I should have way more subscribers because I'm talking absolutely supreme wisdom. So the last video I was trying to show you, illustrate to you that everything starts with a thought. The building up of the United States starts with a thought. It's mental. So we have been hoodwinked and bamboozled, as Brother Malcolm used to say, and have been used and abused, murdered, slaughtered, lynched. So I want to talk a little bit to the sisters, to our mothers, grandmothers, aunties, girlfriends, wives. We'll talk a little bit to them. And I'm using, you see it behind me, we got dollars. Most black women want security. They'd rather have security over love because love don't pay no bills. Love, the way we see love, is an emotion. But actually love is a law. But we're not going to get into that. See, the black woman took on the ways of the Caucasian. And you're not going to change nowhere soon. And the reason for that is because you have birth weak men. Me and my mother. Now my mother, by her being in the Nation of Islam, she raised me different. But she wanted me to merge into the Caucasians world because she didn't want me to be broke, raggedy, and out of doors. And to her, that's the only alternative because she fell out of harmony with the brothers, the FOI in the Nation of Islam. But she told me a whole lot about how the FOI was acting at that time, including Malcolm, because my mother and Malcolm worked side by side. And my uncle. And that was when brothers was in the baby stage. But they never did get a chance to grow mature when the passing of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, it was tore down by Wallace D. Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan. And then Minister Farrakhan raised it up to national recognition, but then he got weak. You see, brothers here in Detroit are a little different. And you can tell that we are different because when we had our riot, it was the worst riot. They're not going to tell you this, but we were actually fighting the police and the military. We just didn't have the weapons, you know. So he brought the tanks in on us. But at first they just was riding around with jeeps with machine guns mounted on the back. And brothers started sniping. See, they don't want to tell y'all that. They don't want to tell y'all what really led up to the riots. But what's happening, the same thing that's happening now was happening like that, like this it is now back then in the early 60s. Up until 67 when the riot broke loose. So them brothers back then, you know, they turned over police cars, ran Caucasian out of our neighborhood and made him, because he still had his little paper routes and businesses, he had to pay taxes if he wanted to us, if he wanted to stay in there. And the police didn't like that. But I'm not going to get into that right now. My thing is this, black woman. You treating your boys too soft. You're always complaining about how black men are. But have it ever occurred to you that with your black sons, you spend the most time with him doing birthing, toddler, and up until kindergarten, you spend the most times with them. And if you want a black man to be a certain way, you could train your black sons to be as strong and to know how to treat a woman. You can do that. But y'all growed up behind the white woman. And she don't treat her men like that. She trained her men to be leaders. She trained her boys to be leaders. You know. So you train your sons to bow down to the white man. To live in the white man's world. To do his bidding. Even though brothers are not homosexual, they still are soft. They'd rather kill each other up, kill a woman up, kill their children up, rather than to go head to head with that white man. And y'all made them like that. You can't blame it on the no good daddies because their mamas made them like that. Mamas and their parents. I didn't live to be 74, 73, giving myself more age than necessary. I didn't live to be this old, being a little punk and a little soft. And I was the only child. I didn't have no brothers. My brothers, he died when I was 6 months. My brother was 4 years old. He died. of an enlarged heart. So I had to come up, you know, fending myself. And I wasn't no big cat. You know, wasn't nobody in my family, wasn't none of the men in my family real big. You know, about 5'10" on my mother's side. But they were hard. Two of them were gangsters on my mother's side, and one of them was a FOI. You know, they were gangsters on Hastings Street. One of them ran Hastings Street in the black bottle. So my mother had them to look up to, and my old man wasn't no punk. He wasn't no punk. They called him Bullet. You know. So y'all making y'all sons to be like cream puffs, and they go to the jail. They think that's hard because I'm tough because I go to the jail. They don't even fight head up no more. They use guns and snipe a nigga when he's got his back turned or ain't expecting it. That's how the Romans do. They get you when you least suspect it. That's how the mafia do. You know, they catch a cat coming out his house unexpectedly, blow him away. That ain't no fighting, man. They don't want to go head up no more. We went head up, and we made our own weapons. This is Black Light, you know. We're going to come back with some more of this.